Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Kami po pala ang Group 4. Ang topic po namin ay about sa decimals. So ako po si Ronalyn O. Ficoro at ang makakasama ko po sa topic na ito ay si Ma'am Joyce Albino, Sir Harold Hibana, and John Joel Adolfo. Decimals. Vocabulary to know about decimals. So, place value, period, power of 10, decimal, decimal point, fraction, percent, tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, millions, 10,000s. Yan po ang vocabulary ng decimal. So, dumako naman po tayo sa naming decimals or tens as decimals. Una, decimals are a method of writing fractional numbers without writing a fraction having a numerator and denominator. Then, the fraction 7/10 could be written as the decimal 0.7. Then the period or decimal point indicates that this is a decimal. Ano po? And then the decimal 0.7 could be pronounced as 7/10 or as 0.7. If a decimal is less than 1, place a 0 before the decimal point or write 0.7, not 0.7. Tens as decimals. There are other decimals such as hundreds or thousands. They all are based on the number 10, just like our number system. A decimal may be greater than 1. The decimal 3.7 would be pronounced as 3 and 7/10. That would be tens as decimals. Hundreds. The fraction 37/100 could be written as the decimal 0.37. Then the period or decimal points indicates that this is a decimal. Like for example, the decimal 0.37. The pronouns is 37 hundreds. Or as 0.37 or 0.37. And the decimal may be greater than 1. The decimal 12.37 could be pronounced as 12 and 37 hundredths or as 12.37.
Dumako naman po tayo sa 1,000. Ang 1,000, mga bata, ay may 3 digit pagkatapos ng ating decimal point. Halimbawa, ang decimal ay 0.749 ay maaari nating ibigkas na 749,000 at pwede din naman natin gawing 0.749. So, dumako naman po tayo mga bata sa 10,000. 10,000 have 4 digits after the decimal point. Sample naman po sa 10,000 is 98,356 and 7,586,000. So, dumako naman tayo mga bata sa addition of decimals. Ang decimals ay functional na numero. Ano nga ba mga bata ang decimals? Yes, tama po mga bata. Ito ay isang function numbers. Halimbawa, 0.3. Ito ay tinatawag na decimal. So, ganito tayo magsusulat. Ang decimal number at 3,110 naman ay tinatawag na function. Dumako na po tayo sa example of additional of decimal. 5 plus 2 equals 7. 4 plus 5 equals 9. So, the answer is 7.9. Pa. Lumako naman tayo mga bata sa subtracting decimal. Number 1. Subtracting decimal is just like subtracting others number. Number 2. Always line up the decimal point when subtracting decimals. Number 3. Remember to put the decimal point in the proper place in your answer. Subtracting decimal example po. 13.8 minus 1.27. Line up the decimal points. 13.8 add with zeros and subtract. Minus 1.27 equal 12.53. Yun po. So, how to multiply two-digit decimal number? So, this is the examples. 0.67 2 decimals place times 0.4 1 decimals place equals 0.268.
Rounding to the nearest hundred. Rounding decimal is very similar to rounding other numbers. If the thousand place of decimal is 4 or less, it is dropped and the hundred place does not change. For example, rounding 0.843 to the nearest hundred would give 0.84. If the thousands place is 5 through 9, the hundred place is increases by 1. The decimal 0.846 rounded to the nearest hundred is 0.85. Place value of decimals. Decimals numbers such as 0.6495 have 4 digits after the decimal point. Each digit is a different place value. The first digit after decimal point is called the tens place value. There are 16s in the number 0.6495. The second digit tells you how many hundred there are in the number. The number 0.6495 has 400. The third digit is a thousand place. The fourth digit is the 10,000 place, which is 5 in this example. Therefore, there are 6 tens for 109,000 and 5 10,000 in the number 0.6495. Comparing decimal numbers. If there are two decimal numbers, we can compare the one number, either the greater than, less than, or equal to the other number. A decimal number is just a fractional number. Comparing 0.7 and 0.07 is clear. If we compared 7/10 to 7/100, the fraction 7/10 is equivalent to 70/100, which is clearly larger than 7/100. Therefore, when decimals are compared, start with the tens place and the 100 place, etc. If one decimal has a higher number in the tens place, then it is larger than a decimal with the fewer tens. If the tens are equal, compare the hundreds, then the thousands, etc. until one decimal is larger or there are no more places to compare. If each decimal place value is the same, then the decimals are equal. Ordering decimal number. Number have an order or agreement. The number 2 is between 1 and 3. There are more numbers can be placed order. A number may come before the other number, or it may come between them or after them. Example, if we start with the number 4.3 and 8.78, the number 5.2764 would come between them, the number 9.1 would come after them, and the number 2 would come before both of them. Example, if we start the number of 4.3 and 4.78, the number 4.2764 would come before both of them. The number 4.9 would come after them, and the number 4.5232 would come between them. The order may be ascending, getting larger in value, or descending, becoming smaller in value. Percent of number. To determine the percent of a number, do the following step. Multiply the number by the percent. 8568 equal 5,916. Divide the answer by 100. Move decimal point 2 places to the left. Example, 5,916 slash 100 equal 59.16. Round to the desired precision. Example, 59.16 rounded the nearest whole number equal 59.
Finding percent. Example, 68 is what percent of 87? Divided the first number by the second. 68 divided 87 equals 0.7816. Multiply the answer by 100. Move decimal point to place to the right. So, 0.7816 times 100 equals 78.16. Around to the desired precision, 78.16 rounded to the nearest whole number equals 78. So, follow the answer with the percent sign. 68 is 78% of 87. Next is fraction and decimal. Decimal are type of fractional number. The decimal 0.5 represent the fraction of 5 over 10. The decimal of 0.25 represent the fraction 25 over 100. So decimal fraction always have a denominator based on power of 10. We know that 5 over 10 is equivalent to 1 half. Since 1 half times 5 over 5 is 5 over 10. Therefore, the decimal 0.5 is equivalent to 1 and half or 2 fourth, etc. Some common equivalent decimal and fractional 0.1 and 1 over 10. So 0.2 is 1 fifth, 0.5 is 1 half, 0.25 and 1 fourth, 0.50 and 1 half, 0.75 and 3 fourth. This is converting function to a decimal. Do the following step to convert a function to a decimal. For example, convert 4 and 9 to a decimal. Divide the numerator of the function by the denominator. 4 divided by 9 equals 0.4444. Around the answer to the desired precision. Converting a function to a percent. The following step to convert a function to percent. For example, convert 4.5 to a percent. Divided the numerator of the function by denominator. 4 divided by 5 equals 0.80. So multiply by 100. Move the decimal point to place to the right. So 0.80 times 100 equals 80. Around the answer to the desired precision, following the answer with the percent sign, so 80%. The last is converting a percent to a fraction. Do the following step to convert a percent to a fraction. For example, convert 83% to a fraction. So remove the percent sign, make fraction with the percent as the numerator and 100 as the denominator. So 83 over 100. Reduce the fraction if needed.